Ever get that feeling? Like you're watching a movie, maybe for the first time, but somehow it feels familiar, like you've seen it before. Those epic tales, the hero against impossible odds, good versus evil. It just resonates, doesn't it?
It's like our brains are wired for these stories.
Yeah.
Like something primal about it.
Yeah.
Something universal about the whole human experience.
Totally. And there might be a reason for that. We're going deep on this one today, a deep dive into the hero's journey. This idea that there's a common thread in stories across, well, everything. Cultures, time, you name it.
Right. You've probably heard of the Monomyth.
Oh, yeah.
Classic Joseph Campbell. He noticed this recurring pattern. The hero ventures out, faces trials, and returns transformed. And not just in one culture, but in myths and legends from all over the world.
And we're not just talking ancient myths here, right? I mean,
oh, absolutely not.
Star Wars, The Matrix, even like modern day stories, overcoming huge obstacles, they all seem to follow this blueprint.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to unpack today. But here's the thing.
Okay.
This hero's journey, it's not just for, like, fictional heroes.
What do you mean?
It's also a mirror.
Okay.
To us, to our own potential for growth and transformation.
You're saying it's like a blueprint for our own lives.
Exactly.
Real life stuff, everyday challenges, those moments where you kind of have to step out of your comfort zone into the unknown.
Because whether we realize it or not, we are all on a hero's journey of our own.
All right, I am so ready for this. Let's break it down. Hero's Journey 101. What are the key stages here?
Well, Campbell, he outlined a pretty detailed structure. But at its core, think of it in 3 main acts.
Okay, I like it.
Separation, initiation, return.
Act 1, separation. What's going on here? Take me there.
So this is where the hero gets a call to adventure.
Okay.
A beckoning.
Yeah.
From the unknown. It disrupts their ordinary world, like Luke Skywalker.
Star Wars, got it.
Yearning for something beyond just, his everyday life. Stuck on Tatooine.
Oh, Dorothy, right. Swept away to Oz.
Right.
Talk about a dramatic exit.
Right. But it doesn't have to be that literal, right?
True.
The call to adventure. It can be a new job. It can even be a personal crisis.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That shakes us out of our routine.
It's like the universe throws you a curveball and suddenly you're reevaluating everything. I was looking at the research you sent over, and there was that fascinating bit about addiction recovery.
Oh, right.
Being a prime example of this call to adventure idea.
Yeah, it's a powerful one. Because for many, hitting rock bottom, that becomes the catalyst for profound change.
Yes.
There's a sense of urgency there, a desperate need to break free,
yeah.
From a destructive cycle.
Yeah.
And that desperation, that becomes a call to adventure in itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I can't stay here. I have to change this. It's huge.
Yeah.
This is like life or death. It's fascinating how often that hitting bottom experience, it's like the thing that finally pushes people towards recovery.
It really speaks to the idea that we often need a significant push,
Totally.
Sometimes a painful one, to really break free from those old habits,
It's about
surrendering to the unknown.
Wow.
Taking that leap of faith, even when we can't see where we'll land.
It's easier said than done, though, right?
Oh, for sure.
To take that leap of faith.
Absolutely.
Because even when you know something's not working,
yeah,
and you need to do something different, to actually take action. Those are 2 very different things.
For sure.
It's like we hit the pause button on our own lives, right?
Yeah, that moment of hesitation.
We hear the call to adventure, but then that little voice creeps in, right?
Exactly. Campbell called it the refusal of the call. It's human nature, to resist change.
Oh, yeah.
Even when it's for the better, we cling to the familiar, even if it's not even good for us anymore.
It's way easier to just binge watch another show than actually write that screenplay you've been, dreaming about.
Right.
Ugh. It's me. I'm talking about me.
But luckily, the hero's journey, it gets us. Campbell, he knew what he was talking about.
Yes.
There's usually a catalyst, right? A mentor. To kind of guide the hero toward their destiny.
Okay, mentors. Now we're talking. This is where it gets really interesting. Because we always picture, the wise old wizard or some Yoda type.
They're archetypes for a reason, right? They represent that wisdom, that guidance, like a belief in the hero's potential, even when they don't believe in themselves. But mentors, they can pop up in the most random ways.
Oh, totally. A teacher, a friend.
Right.
I mean, maybe even just a book you read or a podcast you love. That sparks something.
Absolutely.
Hey, maybe we're each other's mentors in this moment. Who knows?
There you go. It's about recognizing those sources of support. The inspiration that's all around us if we just open up to it.
But it can't all be, wise mentors and pep talks.
Mm.
The hero's journey is called a journey for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about those bumps in the road? Those challenges that really test you?
Oh, yeah, those obstacles. Campbell called them tests, allies, and enemies. That's where the real growth happens. When the hero faces their fears, really develops the skills to overcome whatever's ahead.
This is where I picture those movie montages.
Yes.
The training sequences, facing down smaller baddies, gearing up for that final showdown.
It's like a refinement process, right?
Right.
They're shedding old beliefs, patterns that hold them back.
Yeah.
And through those struggles, they gain that strength, that resilience, deeper understanding of themselves.
It's like in The Matrix, right? When Neo goes from this confused hacker to Neo, the one. But I mean, he goes through it. The intense training, those agents.
Exactly. And those agents, those are classic threshold guardians.
Oh, yeah.
They block the hero's path, testing their worthiness.
The gatekeeper's prove you're ready to level up. I love that in movies. When the hero faces down some giant monster or, some impossible obstacle.
And it's not always a literal monster.
Right.
Sometimes the biggest threshold guardian we have is ourselves, our own self-doubt, that inner critic that's always whispering, who are you to think you can do this?
Ugh, so true. It's those limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
The I'm not good enough, I'll never be ready, what if I fail? If you let it, that stuff can feel impossible to overcome.
And overcoming that, facing those fears, that's the real victory.
Love that. Okay, so we've got mentors guiding us, those challenges pushing us. But there's something else here, right? Something a little, I don't know, maybe a little darker. In the stuff you sent, you mentioned this shadow archetype. I got to say, that one really got me thinking.
The shadow. Often misunderstood. A lot of people, they see it as pure evil, villainous.
Yeah.
But it's way more than that. The shadow, it's the parts of ourselves that we reject, repress, the stuff we deem unacceptable.
So it's like the flip side of that, curated Instagram persona everyone's always got going on these days.
Yeah.
The stuff we try to keep hidden.
It's not always pretty, right? But it's part of being a whole person. And until you acknowledge it, integrate those shadow aspects, they can really sabotage you.
It's like trying to outrun your own shadow. Eventually, you just got to turn around and face it.
Yeah.
So it's less about conquering our dark side and more about understanding it, bringing it all together. That's kind of deep.
Exactly. It's realizing that wholeness, it includes all of it, the good, the bad, the messy parts we don't always get. It's in that integration, the light and the shadow, that we really find out who we are.
And maybe even some strengths we didn't know we had, right? I love how this all connects back to the hero's journey.
Well, it does, doesn't it? Just like those heroes in the myths, we go through a death and rebirth.
Wow. Yeah.
We confront the shadows, get rid of those old patterns, and boom, transformation.
It's like that turning point you see in all those stories. When the hero faces their biggest fear and, unlocks something, they come out changed, reborn. Like you were saying before, how hitting rock bottom can be that call. It's like the darkness, the hard stuff, that can lead to incredible growth.
Yeah, absolutely. When we're at our lowest, when we're stripped bare and forced to confront those deepest fears, that's when we can really rise up, stronger than before.
That's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of need those dark times to see the light, those challenges to show you what you're really made of.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. Maybe those challenges, they're not there to break us, but to, mold us, help us figure out who we're meant to be.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of this whole hero's journey thing. It's this reminder that we all have that potential for, real greatness, even when we don't believe it ourselves. It's about taking that adventure, facing those challenges head on, and coming back different.
And maybe even inspiring other people to start their own journeys along the way. Right?
Oh, absolutely. When we share our stories, the struggles, the victories, it creates a ripple effect, doesn't it? It gives other people permission to step into their own potential.
I was looking at that research you sent over. There was this anecdote that really stuck with me about the red road and the black road.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
The black road being that easy path, taking it easy, no risks. While the red road, that's the one with challenges, with growth.
It's a good metaphor, right? It's tempting to take that easy road. Avoid the bumps, the discomfort.
Totally. But it's often that tougher road, the one with all the twists and turns. And that's where we really figure out who we are. So as we wrap this up, what path will we choose? Will we answer that call, embrace those challenges, become the heroes of our own stories? Or do we stick to what we know, play it safe, and always wonder what if?
Maybe, just maybe, understanding this hero's journey, seeing it in our own lives, it'll give us that courage to pick the red road, embrace the unknown, step into the journey that's waiting for us.
That's amazing. That is definitely something I'll be thinking about for a while. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and remember, every hero's journey, it starts with a single step.